Okay.
I think it's time for a new picture too.
I like it. That's our vibe. Why are you hating on the picture? I was just bringing it up on my stream.
Really? What'd you say?
I like it. I explained a whole blackface controversy. What's up, guys? We're going to get started here in a bit. Let me put out the word.
Bird is a word. What is it?
I said a bird, bird, bird. All right, we're tweeting on everything.
Tweeted.
I'm tweeting. I'm Facebooking. And I'll
Snapchatting.
Start the live. Everything but
You're Snapchatting. Those filters are pretty great, though.
Yeah, I kind of did like them. What was the one you did of me? What was that?
The man one?
It was just the man one?
Yeah.
I like the...
I'm a pretty sexy man.
I disagree.
We've come to see.
You're into that.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I'm not.
My long blonde hair, chiseled.
I like the anime
chin.
one.
I know. The anime kept on thinking like I was a boy, but then I was like a girl when I was with you. I was like, can you like figure it out? That's why I'm going to transition.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about that on this podcast. Hold these thoughts, Erin. What's up, everybody? We're going to get started here in a minute. This is our first ever live quality time on YouTube. Erin feels the pressure.
Yes. I feel very nervous. Like all podcasts are live because you don't edit any of it. So it's like whatever you say happens, but this is like people can see us.
I mean,
real time.
I never really edit them anyways.
That's what I said.
Okay.
It was always live, but this is like live.
Hey, TikTok, what's up? We're going live on YouTube. If you hit the, if you want to see and hear in good quality, come over to the YouTube live. It's Quality Time with Nick and Erin. The link is in my bio. Click the link, come over to YouTube. You can watch and chat, and it'll sound much better than way over there.
When do I get the swipe up feature on my Instagram?
When you're famous like me.
10,000?
Yeah.
I have a long ways.
Okay. We're good. We're good.
Just be easy to be like, swipe up to get to the podcast.
And we're good, I guess.
Right. Nope.
Okay. Let me start the recording.
Just need 7,000 more.
Come to YouTube, guys. Links in the bio.
Come to the YouTubes. Huh? Ba-dum-bum.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome to our first ever YouTube live quality time.
Yes.
We did the Twitch live last time, but you know, we had some issues. It was a good test run, but this is now the first official.
I don't know why I wasn't so nervous that last time.
Now you are?
This time I am. Is it the red wine?
No, I think it's
because
because
a little more on edge?
The last one was on Twitch. And you're like, who are these fucking nerds on Twitch? Sorry, Mom. And this one, you're like, but it's actually our followers. My friends are watching because you put it on your Instagram.
Yeah.
I was like, Erin, put it on your Instagram that we are going live. You need to promote this podcast. And she's like, I don't want to. I'm like, oh, you ashamed of this podcast over here?
No, it's just a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I know.
I don't do well under pressure.
Well, the pressure's on. We're being watched. Do you want to know how many people are watching us right now? Do you want to know?
Just tell me two.
It's not that many, but it will be. We're doing big things over here.
Good, as long as they come once my nerves have calmed.
But here's what's great is now I can actually read people roasting you right now live. I can see the comments.
Oh God. Well, at least I can't. That's good.
But until I pick them out and read them to you.
Actually, probably last time would have been great because I had that little like thing sticking out of my shirt. Wait, it wouldn't stay down.
Are you trying to get us a thumbnail right now? Do that again. I was like, Erin, are you going to wear that on the podcast? We need the views. I was like, but it's also kind of warm in here. Can we turn the air on? I was like, no, I guess I'll have to sacrifice so she stays half naked.
I have my beanie on. It makes me very warm.
Yeah, it does look kind of cool. I was like, you're looking pretty cool.
I got it in Georgia.
Although after I saw you as a man on that filter,
You mean super sexy?
She did the Snapchat filter where it makes you look like a man.
Oh my gosh. I'm super hot with my long blonde hair and my beanie.
Although you did it on me and it literally looked just like me, just slightly darker and
darker hair.
a little wider chin, I guess. That was about it.
Yeah.
No. I like the anime one.
But I did the picture too as like a man. How they do it like in the mirror pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Was that the one your friends?
Classic.
She sent it out to all her friends and she's getting DM'd by all her dudes being like, I'd still smash. I'm like, yo, bro, no, you won't. No, you won't smash. You wish.
Yes,
maybe when she transitions to be a man, then I'll let you smash, but
just come to Eyes Wide Shut.
I know. We all know. If you know anything about me and us and some of our sexcapades, you know I'm not that possessive of other dudes smashing my girlfriend.
Unless I was a dude.
They would call me a cuck, you know? I think that's the word, but I'm not. We all know the real situation is I'm the alpha in this situation.
It's because it's shared then too.
Yeah.
It's a shared experience, so it doesn't mean you're a cuck. Cucks just sit in the corner.
The thing is, we've had that too. We've had that. Not me doing it, but other people doing it.
Yes. So it's not you.
It's fine for me because I get to bang his wife, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's
like,
different.
oh yeah? You think you got the upper hand? Take this. You're just banging my girlfriend. I'm banging your wife, bro. I think I win that one. We shouldn't say that. People are watching who like enjoy our activities, and now they're like, oh yeah, that's how you are about it? Never mind. You don't get to bang my wife, bro.
Yeah, what?
Erin's like, change the subject.
That's rude.
That have you met me before?
Always.
Yeah, she's like, you always have to go the rude route. Ugh. Do you think I'm too rude? Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's just brutal honesty.
I mean, depends. I mean, honesty is an opinion. You're just having an opinion about something. Doesn't mean you're actually being, you're being honest and speaking your truth. Yes.
I'm speaking my truth. Just let me speak my truth.
But like, it's not facts.
Sometimes
what you're saying isn't facts. It's just an opinion.
Some things are facts. Some things are opinions. It just depends whether it's a fact or an opinion.
Yes.
I guess this wasn't an opinion.
Most of the things are opinions, yes.
Well, my opinions are valid too.
Of course.
Everybody's opinions are valid.
They are.
That's the world we live in, where people think you're only allowed to say things that they agree with, like their opinions are the only ones valid, and you're somehow wrong or offensive or a bigot or whatever if you have a different opinion, instead of like, you have your opinion, I have my opinion. Mm-hmm. I have a platform, I'm putting my opinions out. You put your opinions out, and we can both do that.
Yes.
But people freak out. They're like, no, your opinion is wrong. It's like, it's an opinion. Mm-hmm. What's wrong about it? It's not my opinion.
People don't understand that. Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to work. I wanted to do a video where I kind of put that point down of like, you know, two people. It's like, you're allowed to express yourself how you want. And because everybody sends me messages and they're like, why can't you just let people live their life or whatever? It's like, I'm not stopping you from living because I put out something that has nothing to do with you other than it relates to you, but it's not about you. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, just let people live their life. It's like, I am, but you got to let me live my life. I'm putting out an opinion about something that you don't like. Mm-hmm. You're putting out an opinion of something I don't like. You want the right to express yourself. I want the right to express myself. Now, here's the thing. You can express yourself. I can state my opinion about how you express yourself, and you can state your opinion about how I express myself. You can choose to not like me, not watch me, and I can choose to not like you, not watch you, and it's equal. But they stop it right at, I'm allowed to express myself, but you're not allowed to express anything about anything that has to do with me or that I don't like. And it's like, that's not how it works, okay? You have no problem you're literally in my comments telling me how you don't like what I said, you didn't like my video, you didn't like my joke. It's like, you don't have the self-awareness that at this very moment, you're trying to stop me from expressing myself.
You're an alpha. You're not allowed to like attack others.
I'm a straight white male. Bully. That's what it is. I know. Everything is bullying. I'm like, dude, what is bullying? Just somebody saying something you don't like, that's bullying. Mm-hmm. The Charlie D'Amelio, well, that's a good one because, you know, I troll on those subjects on TikTok because she's the biggest TikToker. She's part of culture. And then people are like, you're bullying her. It's like, what? By telling her, hey, I dare you to change your profile picture, that's bullying? Or is that making a commentary on the fact that she still has a Black Lives Matter profile picture that she's terrified to change because she thinks she's going to get canceled and lose 2 million followers? So instead, she's holding on to it awkwardly months later when it's not even relevant.
I mean, she already lost 1 million followers or however many because of that not liking the food.
And then she bought them and got them all back.
Well, I mean, duh.
Yeah.
They just they got over it and then they added her back. It's like
no, there was that, but somebody did do a break. They were there's ways to like track people's follow counts, and you could see every minute on the minute she had a straight up spike.
Afterwards or during
when she was losing. So she's losing, and then there'd be a straight up spike.
Yeah,
losing, straight up spike.
Because I would think she's just being like a real person. I don't know. You can see that she's just like.
But that what I'm saying is that's evidence of she was literally just buying followers every minute. She has somebody buying her followers, thousands of followers every minute. That's what it
buying.
is. Yes, big social media stars do this all the time.
They buy followers.
Yes, to pump up their numbers. They have marketing teams, agencies that are literally just buying them every minute. It's every minute on the minute, so it doesn't look like she's buying them all at once.
Can they pay me? I don't follow her.
It's not buying a real person. It's bots and shit just to up the numbers. Somebody proved it all. I mean, it's true. She was every minute she had a.
That's fucking weird.
I know. It's like you can't just earn them. You're literally at 100. You're at 98
You're gonna make
million.
money off of it then too, like with
just,
ads and stuff.
Yeah, it's not about they think the followers are real. It's about they just want to be able to go to an ad agency and say I have 100 million followers instead of 95 million
Does she
followers.
have 100 million now?
Yeah, she's over that. So congrats to you, Charlie D'Amelio. Oh, am I bullying her? I said congrats. No,
it's positive.
No, only if you criticize anybody, it's bullying. Even when they're a famous celebrity and the #1 star on TikTok. It's not like I'm saying you're ugly and you're dumb. I'm saying, yo, girl, I dare you to change your profile picture. Bullying. You're bullying.
I'm just saying that you're buying your followers.
Fucking everything's bullying.
That's crazy.
Like these words don't mean anything anymore. There's real bullies in the world, and I don't think you guys know what they are.
I think they do. Online bullying is like a real thing. I remember that like coming up when we were in high school. I mean, I didn't get bullied online, but I know.
Neither did I. You know why? Because I graduated high school in 2003. No online bullying for me.
Yeah.
What were they going to bully me on? AOL Instant Messenger? I wouldn't even know about it. When you graduated high school, what was anything out? What year did you graduate?
Yeah, I was getting on.
I don't even want to know.
Facebook Facebook.
Oh my god,
I was on MySpace more.
Yeah, MySpace.
That was like the cool thing,
dude. So I've been going on Omegle. I don't fucking know, but I've been trolling on there, right? And then obviously I showed you the video. Like all these people recognize me, so hashtag I'm famous. However, not the point of the story. I would just start trolling, and one of the lines I just kept saying when people were like, oh my God, are you that guy on TikTok? And I'm like, no, I'm from MySpace. Like, just as like, I'm not going to admit to it.
No one knows what that is.
Literally, these people don't know what it is. And I'm like, what? Okay, I understand if you're like, ha, that's a funny joke because like, that's an old social media. It's not relevant anymore. But like, they don't even know what it is.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what? I'm from MySpace. You remember Tom? I was Tom in Tom's top 8, or Tom was in my top 8. I'm friends with Tom. They're like, who is Tom?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, oh my God.
I loved MySpace.
Dude, MySpace were the days.
Fun.
I still remember it. That was so cool. There was a time where I had MySpace and Facebook when both were kind of out, and MySpace was still bigger.
Yes.
And I was like at the crossroads of, I don't want to manage both of these. Which one should I be on? I was like, I think MySpace is going to be the winner. And I just was like, fuck Facebook. Yeah. And then it was like 2 months later, it was like, okay, I guess I'm on Facebook and MySpace is dead.
I remember you had to have like you had to be invited to it.
Yeah.
To get on Facebook.
Yeah. I was in one of the, that's how OG I am, because it was just Harvard. And then it was like Stanford and a few other like Ivy League tech schools. And then they opened up to all colleges. I got on when it was just college. You had to have a college email. Then they opened up to high schools. And then they expanded from there.
Yeah.
So I was like on
Well, no, it was invite. You had to be invited to it.
Yeah, but you had to have the college email address. That was the only way you could set up an account.
Gotcha. Yeah. Then I guess it was when it went to high school. But it was so funny too because I had the same thing. But my mom like would not let me have a MySpace. For the
You're
longest
like,
time, I had
okay.
like a fake MySpace.
I'll have a Facebook, Mom.
I know, but she found it and it was like this crazy, terrible thing because she thought I was dumb and I was going to put all of my information on there and be like,
Which
this
you
is
did.
where I live. Come find me and rape me and kidnap me. Like, I'm not going to put anything on the internet. Like,
This is
what?
so funny because this is how parents were. My parents were that way too back in the day. And it's so fun. Like, this is what I bring up as a example of how the times just push you into the modern age, whether you want them to or not. The culture does, and especially technology, because things come out now where my mom or some older person might be like, no, I'm not going to do that. I want it the old fashioned way. And I'm like, Mom, do you remember in the early 2000s when you would never in a million years put a picture of like your real family or your location or what you're doing or your real name on there? She has a Facebook now and she puts everything. Here's my grandkids, tag them. Here's their names. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm sharing.
Tomorrow at this
and I'm
time.
like, that was in 10 years. It pushed you from like, don't put anything real on the internet to here's everything about my life.
Yeah.
Here's everybody I'm connected to. Here's all my friends. Here's where I've been. Here's just
so
like that
crazy.
fast. And it's like, you really think that trend is not going to keep going with every other technology? It's like, you're going to be on it. You're going to be on it. When things happen and it's like, oh, I'm not going to do that. It's like, yes, you will. Just like you did that. Yes, you will. It's so funny. Because, yeah, they were all like that. And now it's just like, what is it on Facebook now? It's all grandmas who are like sharing baby photos and putting their grandkids' life on blast. And it's not wrong, Mom. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm just saying it's funny how, it just changes so fast like that.
I know. Same thing, like my mom, she would never get a Facebook.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
your
then she
mom's
got
on
one,
Facebook.
and then it was
She's
like
giving
all
you
downhill.
shit like,
She was
don't
like,
do it.
Don't let people tag me. Like if they take pictures, I don't want them putting it on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. And now she's all over it.
Tag me in that. Make
She
sure to
tags
tag
me in
me.
pictures and I'm like, nope.
Dude, my mom can't even keep up with my life if I don't put it on Facebook. She's like, I didn't see it on Facebook. It's like, Mom, I'm not on Facebook anymore, okay? I have an account, but I literally never post. I mean, what
No,
do
I
I do?
know.
It's just like, here's the podcast link or whatever. And even that, I'm like, why? I get 10 likes on this. You know the clout I have on other social network sites, Mom? Like, check my Twitter, check my TikTok, check my Instagram. I don't have those. I'm mocking my mom right now. Mom, I love you, but how do I do a grandma voice? Sorry, Mom. Hashtag sorry, Mom. Hey, beer me. Yeah, it is so funny. And it's just going to keep on going.
So then when she found my MySpace, that's when I switched over to Facebook. So I was like, you didn't say I couldn't have a Facebook.
Yeah. Semantics. No, instructions too vague. Sorry, Mom. Instructions too specific. You said no MySpace. You didn't say no social media. Got to use the right lingo. Yeah, and now it's her and my mom taking over Facebook. So now we're all on the Instagram where the cool kids are, and by cool kids I mean Instagram's not even kids anymore. It's all like middle-aged people, and then TikTok's where all the cool kids are, and I guess that's why I'm so cool. You know?
Yeah.
What you're mocking? Did you see my montage of everybody recognizing me? Dude, that's funny too. So I went on Omegle. I wanted to troll people, and you can put like tags and stuff, and it just matches you with a random stranger. So, just random people.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of dicks and shit on there. So
Did
obviously there were a few. That's why you want to put
Nice.
certain tags. Yeah. I was like, nice, bro. Nice. I like your stroke game. Hell yeah. Pretty good girth there, buddy.
Oh my God.
Strong difference between men and women right here. You never see a woman just showing her vagina on Omegle.
Yeah, no.
This is a clear difference between men and women. So all this bullshit about like men and women are the same. We like sex. We're the same. We're just in gender roles. No, you're not. No women do that. Yet every dude gets off to the idea of just look at my dick for no reason, and nobody's looking at it. They're skipping right by it. Like,
You need to record all of those. Just blur the dick.
oh yeah, that's
and
what I
then
need
put
to
it
do.
out there.
The problem is I was live.
saying, like,
I was
some creepy
live.
things.
If I was live streaming,
Oh yeah.
Obviously it's like I'm gonna get banned. So I got to figure that out. But then you put in tags so that way you're just not like going to like anybody. And there's probably certain tags that like somebody who's trying to show their dick is not going to probably be on, like Black Lives Matter, whatever. But obviously my audience was like, you should go troll people on like Black Lives Matter or the alt TikTok or whatever. Well, I went on TikTok thinking like the TikTok tag, thinking like, it'll be a bunch of TikTokers or people who will recognize me. Almost nobody recognized me on the TikTok tag.
That's
Let's
weird.
say that 10 times fast. However, then when I trolled Black Lives Matter, I put in BLM, literally every other person is like, Nick Foster. And I'm like, what are you guys doing on this tag? You're all a bunch of teenage white boys on BLM. You're trolling too. I don't know if I'm ashamed or proud. I don't know. Because they were all just a bunch of trolls. And
all
that's
the
where,
little Knickers.
the
Knickers
Knickers
were on there.
So we've been thinking, Erin, you just got canceled for saying that.
I didn't say anything.
You just said Knickers. That's
Knickers.
Yeah, how dare you?
That's your name, though.
Dude, I know. This is the world we live in. So we've been trying to come up with a name for my audience so that way I can like call them something and it'll be like a good intro for when I do YouTube and every community has its name.
Yeah.
Mine is going to be the Knickers. Hey, what up, my Knickers?
Oh my God.
I'm going to get canceled for this. TikTok's going to take me down. But I think that would be funny, actually. But I won't be shocked when they take it down. I did a video this week where so it was a black guy with a tweet being like, hey, hey, white people, if you woke up one morning, you were black, what's the first thing you would do? What do you think I'd do? And I was like, and I cut the video, right? When I'm just doing that.
It was good.
That's all I said. It was hilarious. It was going super viral. Deleted for hate speech. All I said was hate speech.
I know.
I'm like, what is going to happen when I'm like, what up, my Knickers? With a K. They're going to be like, hate speech, bro. I'm like, that's my name, dude.
Perma-banned for life.
Yeah. How dare you? You're race baiting. It's like, I didn't put 3 Ks in it, okay? It's Knickers with 1 K, not knicker, not KKK. Although I should do that really to push the limits, right?
That would
No. Guys, no. I'm not going to push it that far.
I can't feed you. I can't.
But it's so weird. It's like, guys, you can't even, this is the world we live in. It's so hypersensitive and so censored. You can't even make a joke that's not even racist or, whatever. But I'm going to try it. That's what we're going to call ourselves. So, what up, my Knickers? Knickers, please subscribe to this podcast. If you're not one of the crew, though, if you're not one of my followers, you're not a fan, you don't follow me, you got to use the soft A. Nick Huz. All right? That's the rule. All right? If you call me a hard R Knicker, you're out of here. All right? Canceled. You got to be one of us to use the word. Okay? That's how it works.
Wait, Nickas?
Nickas.
Nickas?
What up, my Nickas? That's pretty good.
That is.
And it's fitting because, I've always gone by like Nicka Foster because my middle initial is A.
Yeah.
Don't say what my name is. That almost got me in trouble before. But so it works both ways. It's like, that's literally my name.
Yeah.
So there we go. Let's see how long that lasts.
That'll be good.
I know.
And to your shirt, I think that Remove for Hate Speech will be a good shirt.
Yeah, guys, we got some new merch coming where I'm going to have Removed for Hate Speech. And then maybe a variation, I heart hate speech because, I clearly am a big fan of the hate speech. It's like, what even is hate speech?
It's just, I don't think, because most of the people, I feel like, are younger kids and their parents have to buy these clothes for them, right? And no parent is going to buy that.
Okay, no parent is going to buy anything I put out or approve of anything I do. What am I supposed to do? Put out, spread love and positivity. What do you think I'm going to do?
On the back right site.
First off, Erin, it's not just kids. Most of my audience is 18 and up.
No,
all right?
I know.
Also, they're going to be 18 and up, and I'm building a long-term brand here. What am I trying to do? Be family
true.
friendly?
No.
I am already like, my
just
mom.
Things that are more like coded. I don't know.
Maybe I'll do that too, but that's not unless it's part of my content of some like removed for hate speech is constantly a theme where everybody's in my comments saying this is going to be removed for hate speech, removed for hate speech.
Yeah.
If I'm just like RFHS, it's like that's not that nobody gets it, and also it would be hilarious to go out in public saying removed for hate speech. I think it'd be funny. But you think too seriously about what parents do. Most parents are like, whatever, just shut up, kid. Here you go. Here's an iPad. You want me to buy you the shirt? Okay.
I mean, because I wouldn't be like that, I guess. That's
Yeah, you would. If we have kids, guess what?
I'm not going to be like, shut up and take my credit card.
I'm literally going to get when we have a baby who doesn't die, R.I.P. little baby.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. I'm going to, not only am I going to say, I survived the womb. That's one shirt. I'm going to have a shirt that says, I heart hate speech.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to dress him up and just take him. No, not poor kid. Awesome kid. People are going to be like, that's a kid that I want on my team. That's not a snowflake baby. That's awesome. Speaking of which, that was another video I had taken down this week. Gay baby joke. So this lady puts out, this mom who has a little baby put out a video being like, my baby is gay. And it went super viral and everybody was sharing it and everybody was tagging me to get my response. And a lot of big TikTokers. Tickers gave their response. Knickers on the tickers. And I finally kind of gave a response, and it wasn't even that serious, but I just thought it was so funny how, like, her whole point was, you know, whenever you have a kid and you take him out in public, people are always like, oh, watch out, that baby's going to be a heartbreaker when he grows up. You better keep the boys away from that baby. She's going to be beautiful. Like, and she's like, that's so weird. How are you? You're just saying your baby's straight. I'm like, you just said he's going to be a heartbreaker. He could break gay boys' hearts. Like, what are you talking about, first off? And the girl, like, okay, you better keep her away from the boys. Even if she's a lesbian, you probably need to keep her away from the boys. I mean, boys don't give a shit. And so I put out a video, and there was some other thing where people were like, you shouldn't make fun of Charli D'Amelio because she's only 16. And I'm like, is there there's an age limit to how young you're not allowed to be made fun of? I'll make fun of a literal baby. Exactly. I'm like, I don't care if you're 16 or a baby. I'm going to make fun of you. So I tied it to that by being like, and I just pulled up stock images of babies. I was like, look at this stupid baby right here. Hey, you stupid baby. And then I was like, look at this fat baby. Hey, you fat baby. Just random images. They weren't like actually babies on the app. And then I pulled up that woman with her baby who's like, my baby is gay. I was like, and don't even get me started on this gay baby. Hey, you gay baby. How's it feel to be a gay baby? That's all I did. It was like, just call him a gay baby, which is literally what she said. And what her title is, taken down for hate speech. And no, that one got taken down for bullying and harassment. I'm bullying a baby by calling him gay when his mother put out a video saying my baby is gay in big bold letters. The baby is 6 months old. The baby doesn't know I'm calling him gay, and he's certainly not offended by it. Yeah. I just thought it was so funny to like call him a gay baby. Taking down hate speech. So when our baby comes out, I'm gonna fucking, sorry, mom, dress him up in I heart hate speech, and I'm going to break all the little gay babies' hearts. Something like that. Just, my baby is a gay heartbreaker.
Make onesies.
There you go. He's going to be the most gayest baby in the daycare, breaking all the babies' hearts. I can't even identify.
We won't know the gender until they're like 5 when they can decide.
No, and you can't know until they grow up and tell you themselves, right?
That's what I'm saying, 5. They should be able to figure it out.
That's so crazy if that's literally what people think. We need to just listen to our 5-year-old tell, like a 5-year-old would be like, I'm a dragon. Well, I guess you're a dragon. I guess you are because you said so. I
mean, get the raw meat out now.
Oh my God. That's literally the world we're moving towards, where they're like, okay,
I'm a kitty cat or whatever.
Like, do you know what a baby? You know what a 5-year-old is?
What was that one?
Oh, kitty self. These are the neo pronouns of, call me kitty self. That's my pronouns. Meow. It's like, okay. When I see a cat in the real world, maybe. No, he's not the star of the show. Let him sleep. Yeah, there was a bunch of controversy, and then there was a lot of talk about the whole trans issue because of that, and I don't know. I just thought it was funny to call him a gay baby. So I'm gonna definitely put some crazy provocative shirts on our baby.
That'll be great.
Yeah. So watch out, guys. Buy my merch and tell your parents.
Baby merch coming out soon.
Tell your parents, Mom, it's fine. Nick Foster would put this shirt on his baby, so I'm 16. I can wear it. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm pretty sure 16-year-olds know how to buy things online.
With what money? I mean, I had a job, but that's beside the point.
They're OnlyFans.
True.
I don't know. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You didn't have money at 16?
I said I had a job. Yeah.
Oh.
I worked at Publix.
I kind of didn't have money at 16.
I did.
That's why I had to get a job at 17.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucked.
I
don't
could
recommend
get out of
it.
class. Oh, I guess it was more 16 or 17. Then I could get OJT. I'm surprised I still remember that. So I could get out of class.
What's OJT?
I think I missed 7th and 8th periods,
But
so I
what's
could go
it
to
mean?
school.
OJT?
Job training.
On the job training.
Yeah. Off job.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
We just called it work exit.
Yeah. OJT.
I got work exit. I was like, dude, I would way rather stay in school. I'm here with my friends. I'm doing whatever the hell I want. I'm getting in trouble every day and fighting with the teachers, doing pranks and craziness in between classes. Why do I want to go off to be like, I got out of school early. Now I got to go work for 5 hours.
Well, you got off every day. You left OJT every day. Didn't matter if you worked or not. As long as you worked 15 hours
which is
a week.
Lame. I don't want to work any hours.
Yeah.
No.
It was fine.
I miss high school. I
Yeah.
don't, because I know it was miserable. But when I look back, I'm like, why did I take it so seriously? I wish I just didn't take anything seriously back
That was
then.
the thing. It was, okay, so I had OJT, I guess maybe it was only 8th period or 7th and 8th. I don't know. I think it was just 8th. But then I had weight training for 6th period, lunch. Then 7th period, I had English. So I would just leave before weight training and just ditch the rest of school and just be off the entire time, go to my boyfriend's house, smoke weed.
What? You had a boyfriend? So there
I
she
had
goes.
senioritis really bad.
Can't turn a wife out of a hoe. What's that song on TikTok?
No
there you
idea.
go, guys. She's a hoe. She had a boyfriend in high school.
Yeah.
Can't make a wife out of a hoe. Get out of here, Erin.
Who was like we would just like smoke weed all day. It was great.
You're furthering my point.
That was my
I still have to
senior year.
edit the video of you when we did a live stream and we were playing video games on
yeah.
Twitch like last week or something. You were so drunk.
When I told you about
And
the
you're
guy's
talking
virginity
about,
I took.
you said you had sex with some dude in Horton Hears a Who at the movie theater. Horton Hears a Who. And I started doing the math. I'm like, Erin, were you like 13? How old were you? And we're doing the math and you were like 15. Either way.
It was like 15, 16. I was 16.
Fucking a dude. Sorry, Mom, but she's the Horton Hears a Whore over here.
No one was in the movie theater.
Oh my God. I was like, I know you can't. Yeah, I take back everything I say about you being a keeper. She's out of here.
I'm very adventurous. What can I say?
Yeah, I know.
Where are we going?
Never
Let's do
took
it.
me to Horton Hears a Whore.
No, I just took you to playgrounds.
I know, that's true. I'm pretty sure I did that. I'm not sure. I guess it was mutual. We did bang in some pretty fun, exciting places when we first met.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to those days?
Old now.
I know. It's like, nah, can we go home and take a nap? I'm tired. We definitely did. Playground, beach, beach, lots of places on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were good times. My, how the times have flown. Dude, I got tagged in it. So, on Facebook, you get the on this day.
Yeah.
And I got one today from our trip when we were in Vegas and you were mean mugging with your leather jacket on and we were at that bar with the tater tots.
Ooh.
That was like right by Fremont Street.
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Those are the best nacho tots
Oh, my
in the
God.
entire world.
so I used to live in Vegas like several years ago and she came out to visit and we go down and
So
there's this
good.
restaurant down there that's like right by Fremont Street and we just went in there drunk and they got nacho tots, like loaded tots. They were amazing.
The best thing.
Still, she doesn't remember anything about the trip, but if I just say tater tots, she's like,
Nacho tots.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can remember more food than like moments
Yeah.
in time.
That's true. I believe that. We talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago on our podcast, the last episode, where I'm just
like, what?
I was mocking you about like, you don't remember anything except for the bad thing. You're like, we need to have more adventures. I'm like, we've literally traveled the country so much and
Not enough.
you don't remember any of it, but then you remember like some random shitty night like 2 miles down the road, and then you remember nacho tots. That's basically the
And
moral
I
of the
remember
story.
more like the adventure-wise stuff. Like we're doing like adventure stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I remember?
I remember that.
When I record it on our podcast, these are the moments that are special to me. These are the ones we're going to look back on and be
See,
like,
that's why you remember that, and I'll remember the other
Well,
stuff.
it helps when I
it's-
record it and put it up on the internet.
Yeah.
That's half the problem why you don't remember anything about our trips is you never capture any of it. I'm always the
I'm
one.
just drunk in the moment.
I'm taking pictures, taking videos. If I didn't take pictures of our relationship, you literally wouldn't know that we had a relationship.
Nope.
Your Instagram is like nothing. You post like one time a year and it's a flower. Look at this flower. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And people are like, nobody is following you to see a flower.
Not true.
I know they probably are, but
Actually,
also
not really. Most of my followers are not from you, so they're not for flowers.
They're like, where's her tits, man? I want to see them. But my Instagram was like filled of like, here we are at the Grand Canyon. Here we are in Austin, Texas. Hey, here we are up in riding roller coasters in
jaded.
North Carolina.
I just like take advantage of it because like I don't think I just want to do more.
Well, we will, but this is part of it, Erin. I'm trying to build a life that is more
I want to be
sustainable.
gone all the time.
Well, maybe we will.
I know.
You know,
I hope so.
This work is for that. All this stuff I'm doing is to build a life that we're free and we can do whatever we want.
I know.
But instead, you want it all right now, and that's actually going to hurt you in the long term. And we do it enough. We do it a lot.
Drunkenly paid for Airbnb.
Yeah, she does this. She comes in the other night. If you guys saw my Twitch stream,
gosh.
I'm sitting here ranting for 4 hours about God knows what. I'm in the middle of a very important point, and you come in wasted. And not only can I tell from you slurring your words, and just I can tell when you're drunk, but your teeth are purple.
I know. A
Fucking
lot of red wine.
purple from the red wine.
I got super purple.
I was like, Jesus, you are drunk. And you're just like, can you come out here and hook up the TV and play video games? I'm like, I'm literally in the middle of a rant right now on a stream. No, go home. You're drunk.
So I booked a trip to Tennessee.
No, you did it before.
I did,
but
yeah.
you passed out. I got off the stream not much longer, and she's passed out. I even went in there and was like, Erin, you up? Hey, I'm done. You want to? And she's just like, no response. I could have totally pulled a Calvin on her, if you know what I mean. Hey, only she'd like it. And then, yeah, the next morning you're like, so Rachel and I booked a trip to Tennessee in January. I was like, okay, thanks for even checking. And then it was like, oh, she actually couldn't go. She was drunk and made plans and
Her
couldn't go.
boyfriend's, yeah.
So, yeah,
birthday
she
was
made
that
an
time.
impromptu plan too,
Yeah.
just like you. And then you're like, oh, I guess we're going to, and I was like, all right, are we going somewhere cool? Like Chattanooga? No, where were we going? Kimball, Tennessee. Just some random
it was
house.
Perfect. It was so beautiful in the middle of the woods. Has a jacuzzi and a
Cool.
pool.
Let's
Like,
drive
it
up
was
to the
so
middle
perfect.
of nowhere.
I'm totally for
I am
it.
for
I
it,
just want to
but
hike. I don't
just
give a shit about people.
It's so spontaneous
I
without
love
any
it.
forethought about
I
like.
want it.
anyways.
I need it in my life.
We woke up and then she was quickly like, okay, maybe I should cancel this. I don't know what I was
It was just a
doing.
lot of money for me to do it like myself. And it'd be different if,
I mean, I'm down to go, but let's go somewhere where
No.
we're near something.
well, that I don't
and
really
enjoy
care
the
about.
trip,
It's
of
just,
course.
It's,
Of course. She's
it's
like,
just more,
oh.
I'd want then my own Airbnb like by myself instead of like staying at people's place.
Oh, yeah,
someone's
that too.
place.
I know. She was like, Nick,
We're
you
staying
can
with a couple.
Nick, you can come. Like, I want to do it with you, but now I'm like, I want to be loud when I'm with you, you know?
I wanna be in my
she
own
gets so
Airbnb.
shy when there's somebody like near us, and then we just never have sex. Or she's just like so quiet about it. I'm like, this is no fun. So she's like, if we're gonna go, we got to get our own Airbnb
I just like have
with
too much in my
cement
head
between
about
rooms.
sex. It's like it was used to be like very shameful.
You're so weird because
so
in
then it's
some
like
ways,
I want to just be like really quiet if like there's people around, like you shouldn't have sex. I don't know, but it's like everyone does it. I don't know. I have a really
you're
weird
so
thing with
weird
sex.
because in some ways you're all about OnlyFans,
Yeah.
or the Chatterbabe,
Yeah.
or the swingers clubs, or whatever.
Yes.
No problem.
Yes.
Let's bang in front of these people. Let's show these, like no problem. Live, everybody can see everything.
Someone's
no
in the
problem.
house.
But your friend is sleeping 3 rooms over and doesn't care, and it's in our own house, and you're like, no, they can hear us. I'm like, they know we have sex. What? Who cares?
I care. I don't know. It's weird.
She's so weird.
I'm weird. I can't.
Well, okay. Then she canceled the Airbnb, and
Yeah.
then we are going to go somewhere else some other time. We'll figure
Rachel
out.
and I are gonna do like a spring thing.
Okay.
So it'll be warmer out.
good.
And then yes, we need to do something too. I think we should do more
The beach.
what?
What? Oh.
Beach? No, like somewhere else, either like Ohio or we go to...
Yeah, Cedar Point. Yes. Hey, Ohio people, we're going to come up to Cedar Point.
Or like Virginia.
Not right now, though.
Like
it's freezing.
No.
It's just also bad to make plans right now with this stupid pandemic, and who knows what's going to go on next year.
Oh, yeah, no. It'll be more once it's like a month out or not even, probably like 2 weeks out. I'll be like, oh, now's a good time.
Yeah. I am so stoked to ride some roller coasters again.
But like, I really want to do that next year. So be open.
Yeah.
Everything.
We don't know. We literally don't know.
I know that DeSantis, our governor, he is not going to shut anything down again. He's keeping everything open. Good. No masks, no nothing required. But like businesses, obviously. And
notice how it's fine.
Have your own rules.
Everybody is so brainwashed about this thing. So brainwashed. And I know it's a political thing.
Yeah, and it's probably going to get a little worse. So now that it's like cold.
Sure. But that was expected.
Yeah.
However...
And then the snowbirds coming down here, they're going to bring it.
I'm not saying don't wear masks. I wear masks when I go places. I don't care. I'm not one of these anti-maskers. I'm just saying you guys have it in your head. Like if you put a mask on, there's no virus. It's like everybody's still getting the virus. It's not stopping shit. It's stupid. And you're pretending like it's some, I was listening to H3 podcast. He's, the big podcast, Gila and Ethan, big on YouTube. And one of his producers, who's always on the show, apparently he's a super germaphobe. He wears masks everywhere he goes. He doesn't interact with people. He never he's been quarantining. He washes his hands all the time, like super on top of it.
He got it.
And he's like, they're like, if anybody shouldn't get it, it's you.
That's
and he
not
gets
true, though, because if you are overly sanitizing,
that too.
Then you are just like lowering your immune system and killing your good bacteria and all of that.
That's a different point, though, because that's not how this virus is spreading. This virus is spreading
but it's a thing.
It's a respiratory, mouth-to-mouth transmission. That's what it is. Yeah, exactly. He's probably making out with somebody. It's so crazy. So it's like, oh, you can pack in this restaurant, but put on a mask and nobody's getting. It's like we're all breathing the same air. You're not doing anything, and they think it's like some magic
the
solution.
Fast food, they put it on a tray to hand to you when everyone else was just touching, and they put it on the tray to hand it to you. It's like what?
Yeah, we go to fast food places, and they're like, oh, we don't want to touch your money or touch your food, so here we're gonna put it on a tray. You put that down, we put it down. It's like, and then you pick it up and you touch it, and you like, then I pick it up. All the cooks are in the kitchen making your food, breathing on your food. Here's your straw, putting it in there. Like
they don't put it in
whatever.
Straw,
they're touching everything.
Yeah.
They're touching everything. And it's like, oh, but here you go. We're helping. So dumb.
It's also, it looks like.
Yeah, it's just pretending like we're doing something. But guess what? It's spreading. It's still spreading. I'm not saying don't wear a mask.
Oh, no, I know.
But it's not stopping the virus. It's not stopping it.
Oh, gosh, since it's like cold outside, so I like layered up to go out into the world today, and I had like my beanie on and all this stuff, and then I was inside of the dollar store and I had my mask on. Holy shit, I was sweating balls. Like it is so fucking hot.
It is annoying, but also,
and it's just like, this is not the time for this, because I'm just like super bundled.
I made a post last night that started getting me some backlash again from my own audience. Hey, own audience, you guys are dumb. Sorry, but I made them. That guy did a reporting where he was like going up to some anti-maskers at some. They're standing in line to go, I don't know, to a rodeo or whatever they do. And he goes up, he's like, excuse me, sir, why aren't you wearing a mask? Do you have a mask? And the guys are like, get away from us, dude. No, we're not wearing a mask. And it's political, and I get it. They're dumb. It's very divisive. I'm not anti-masker. However, the irony and the hypocrisy of this reporter who's wearing a mask, he goes up to the dude and gets right in his personal space, like 2 feet away from him. Social distance, like the best way not to get the virus is not be within breath or spit particle range of somebody else, especially somebody not wearing a mask. You're getting right in this guy's personal space. You're breaking social distancing rules, which the CDC says keep 6 feet away from everybody minimum. No worries about that, because he wants to act morally superior to this guy who's not wearing a mask. And sure, there's something to be said there, but you're not even recognizing that you're getting in his face. If you think this guy has the virus and he's spreading it, why are you not worried about getting it? Oh, because you have a mask? No, because you say that to people like it's his body, his choice. They all say the mask isn't to protect yourself, it's to protect other people, which is a good point. So if this guy's wearing a mask, he's not protected from the guy who's not wearing the mask. That's their whole argument. And so he's wearing his mask and he's going and getting right within 2 feet of this guy. screaming at each other,
Yeah.
not screaming, but talking loud enough. That's how the virus is getting spread. That's how people who are wearing masks are still getting the virus, because you're still getting it through the mask. So he doesn't care about that. And he's like, guys, there's a global pandemic. You could be infecting people. You could be spreading it. Dude, you just put yourself at risk and now you're spreading it. But you're going to pat yourself on the back and be like, I'm wearing a mask. I'm not a part of the problem, but I'm going to blame this guy. It's like, you're both hypocrites, both of you. You're both dumb.
Yeah.
How about this? Wear a mask, condemn people who wear masks, but don't break rules about social distancing and then condemn somebody about breaking rules about not wearing a mask. They're both needed. And if anything, I'd say social distancing is much more important, because if you're 10 feet away from somebody, or if you stay isolated, you're not going to get it. If you wear a mask and you get in a crowded room where everybody's wearing masks, you're all getting it. Mm-hmm. When you go to the protests and you're all outside wearing masks and you're literally in a crowd of a mob of people, guess what? You're getting it. Many of those people are getting it.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, but we're wearing masks. We're fine. You guys are the problem.
So one of the bigger things,
you're all hypocrites. You're annoying. Wear the mask. Don't wear the mask, but shut up.
Yeah.
Just don't go outside if you're worried.
At the grocery stores, though, I have to look at my produce. I need to touch it. I need to look at it. I need to check it over. So I feel really bad when I go to the grocery store now, because I'm like looking at everything and like putting it back down and grabbing something else, and like just have to make sure like no mold, no gross spots, like whatever.
Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Like, oh God, I feel bad, but also like whatever. I'm gonna wash it.
Restaurants, a business will literally hire somebody to go around and like wipe all the handles down. Let's clean the menus after somebody. But then it's like, you're touching the food. Everybody picks up the food to look at it, and nobody's coming in and washing that down. It's all just fake shit we're doing.
Talking about restaurants?
Everywhere. I'm just saying in general, this idea of like, we're stopping the virus because you're touching the menu. We clean the menu. But you literally are touching people's food.
It's kind of gross that no one cleaned the menus before. I don't know. Did they not do that?
No, I mean, they would occasionally, but not like every person,
you
know? And now they switched to paper menus, so they just throw it away. And some of these things are good. I think that's a good thing about the pandemic.
Some things should be implemented.
Okay.
And
sure, yeah,
after.
these can become things. I think it will become a thing where a lot of people will wear masks.
But
just
then again,
as like,
I didn't really get sick before this, so
I know.
I mean, I'm healthy, and I was just touching everything, so
yeah,
I think it's fine.
It's such picking and choosing of like, we're doing something, but then why are the numbers spiking? Oh, because not everybody's wearing their mask. Yes, they are. I go everywhere and everybody's wearing masks. It's that's why it's so easy to like shame somebody for not wearing a mask, because it's rare. All those viral videos of somebody in a Walmart getting yelled at, everybody's wearing the mask and one person's not, and they're all yelling at that one person. So it's not an epidemic. You think that one person is the whole reason that there's hundreds of thousands of cases and deaths?
Yes.
No. Yes, of course. It's that one person. And I know there are super spreader events, and I know how it spreads and all that. But most people are wearing masks. Most people. And it's still spreading because the masks aren't helping, guys. They're not. They're just not. But wear them. That's fine. I put it on. I'm not anti-masker. You know, everywhere I go, they say, put on a mask. I put on a mask.
Oh, yeah.
If they don't tell me to put on a mask, I don't put it on. I just do whatever if that's their rule, that's their rule.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these, no, it's my freedom, America. I'm like, dude, they tell me to wear shoes in a store. I'll wear a mask. They tell me to wear a shirt. Okay, that's their rule. I'll put it on. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with all these people who are being hypocrites and shaming everybody while going out of their way to get in their personal space. Like, dude, you're just as much a part of the problem. You probably just got it, and now you're taking it home to your mother, and now she's going to die, or she's going to go to the bingo game and spread it to 10 other people. And you're going to be like, well, I wore my mask. It was that guy's fault. No, it wasn't. It's both your faults.
Yeah.
Look, you got me going on the mask thing. We probably just got canceled just for that.
I just cleaned my mask.
Did you? I do. I will say that's one of the
Which is the shitty part of it, though, because it's just like you wear it and you're like, oh man, I need to wash this. And then you wear it again, like, damn it, I haven't washed it yet.
But you know how like in life, there's these like simple pleasures that are always so underrated? Like a good poop. You know, simple pleasure. That's what I went to. Or when you wash your bed sheets and your pillowcase and you get like a fresh, right? Those simple things.
So good.
There's this new pleasure that popped up in all of our lives, and it's mask washing day. When you finally have a clean wash mask and you're like, that's amazing.
I know.
So there are some benefits,
so
I guess.
Good.
I will say though, there are some benefits to wearing a mask because now that I'm blowing up and super famous and recognized everywhere, I actually like that I have an excuse to cover my face. I also think about I want to kind of look into like crimes and stuff because literally like a year ago, you wouldn't be allowed anywhere with a face mask.
Oh,
You're not allowed in a casino covering your face. If you came into a gas station with your face covered, people are like, you're about to rob us. Imagine going into a bank. Now, just overnight, it switched to everybody has to wear a mask. So think of all the criminals who are like, this is like a field day. We can put on masks everywhere, and they think we're responsible when really we're going to come in and we're going to fuck you up, and you're not going to know what we look like. It's amazing.
That is crazy.
It's just switched like that. The brainwashing, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I saw today, New York City, they put up their big Christmas display. Yeah. Big Christmas tree. They got the big nutcracker statues.
Yeah.
They put masks on them. Dude, they're statues.
That's kind of cool.
No, it's not. It's programming. They're literally programming you.
I think that's cute.
I mean, fine, but you do realize those are not spreading the virus.
No.
So it's become this like other thing where they're just trying to whatever. I mean, it's just weird, dude. It's so weird. Like we can't look at a nutcracker's face.
Funny, yeah.
Maybe. I think it's kind of silly.
Our friends came over. They were visiting for a little bit from out of town, and we weren't feeling that good. So I was like, oh, like wear my mask, this or that, you know? And then she was eventually like, you know, I want pictures of us without the mask. So we can have some like normality during this time and stuff. And I don't know. I think I want pictures of people in the masks because it's like that is such a staple of this time that it's like then you can look back and be like, oh, that was the pandemic of 2020. Like, you know,
unless it becomes a normal thing now. You know, in China they normally wear masks everywhere.
No,
that's a smog thing, but it's the same.
But we
thing.
could be like the first people to implement it.
No, it is funny because sometimes you know, I want to post on my my vlog account on TikTok, Nick Foster Vlogs. Hey guys, subscribe to Nick Foster Vlogs. And I did it a couple times over the pandemic where I would upload because we're not going out a lot of places. So I would upload an old video that I had on my stories, like at Busch Gardens or whatever, or some club or bar we're at.
Yeah.
Party. You know, there's cool videos that I'm like, people would want to see this, even though it's not like what I did this week. It's what I did 6 months ago, whatever. And then it's just all comments of like, nobody's wearing their masks. How dare you? And it's like, dude, I didn't take this video today. Okay. Yeah. This is an old video, but it's just those comments are so annoying.
Every time I see new videos and stuff on Facebook or Instagram and stuff, it's like, oh, this was pre-corona.
Yeah, because nobody has a mask on. Yeah, it is interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do it. I'm fine with it. It's annoying, the hypocrisy. And
I like it because I don't have to wear it 24/7 because I don't have to work with it.
Well, that's true.
If I had to work with it, it'd be annoying as fuck because I'd like probably break out a bunch. I'd be pissed as fuck. So
I just don't think it's a good thing to normalize public shaming for things that everybody's being a hypocrite.
Is the internet considered public? No, you're talking about the people who are coming to you in public and being like, you are wearing your mask.
Okay, I guess, I'm okay with public shaming. I'm saying I'm not okay with people like normalizing one type of public shaming while literally canceling other people if they do anything that's considered, you're shaming me for this. It's like, yeah, dude, we're saying it's okay to shame people for shit that we don't like or we don't want to normalize. You're in control of what's shameful and what's not. You get to decide.
Yeah.
But the other people don't. There's plenty of people who don't want to wear masks. Do they get to decide to shame you for wearing masks? What would you do?
If you go to their little country town in the middle
they probably
of
do. And I think,
and then
and
you
I
wear
would
a
mock,
mask, they'll
and
be
I
like,
would mock
who the
them
fuck
too.
are you?
I would mock them too. That's the thing is I got over time, people will have to see that I'm mocking different people for different reasons. This was just a clear hypocrisy thing, but I was on, I talked about this on my live stream. I was on Omegle. And I went on the BLM hashtag, and I was just going to troll people. You know, the snowflakes and the sensitive people. They're all on the political left. They're the liberals and whatever. So I'm like, okay, let me go on one of the liberal hashtags and just kind of try to troll people. I'm not being racist or anything because I don't do that type of stuff. I'll provoke, but I'm certainly not going on there to yell the N-word like a lot of these people are. But I came across a real white supremacist, like true on white supremacist, who's like trying to like go to war to defend us with blood and soil, and they will not replace us, the Jews and the N-words and all of this and the F-words. And I was just like, dude, you're a fucking loser, man. Yeah. And I found the video. I do have it recorded.
You're just on here on a BLM thing looking for people to just be like, fuck you.
And it just really made me be like,
There's
okay,
people like that.
I gotta let people see me mock this guy too, because I'm not on this guy's side.
That's crazy, yeah.
And if I was in some like super conservative place where nobody was wearing masks, and that's fine, I would respect them for wearing or not wearing a mask. I'll make my decision if I want to get near them or not.
Yeah.
But if they start saying, how dare you wear a mask to me? Or if they started saying, oh, the mask, it's all a conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. Like that, I'm going to mock them for that too. That's not my point. My point is not the masks are a conspiracy. It's just everybody's being a hypocrite and doesn't recognize it. And the masks aren't a magic solution and they're not stopping the virus.
Yeah.
You want to do it? Do it. But it's not helping.
I like the false sense of security, honestly.
That's how most people are. They just want to feel like they're doing something. And that's just a simple way to be like, look, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that's another one I see all the time is people who are wearing the masks. And then they come up and they're like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And they're like lifting it up to talk. It's like, dude, you're not wearing a mask. Or it's under their nose.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Or they got the butt chin.
Sometimes.
Or the butt diaper, whatever.
Chin diaper.
Chin diaper. That's what it
diaper.
is. South Park. We forgot the reference. And it's like, guys, like you're all a part of every single person who's near somebody is a part of the problem.
When I was leaving Publix and there was this big dude and like he looked a little, I don't know. And like he had the mask underneath his nose. I made sure to like walk very far away from him because I don't know, like
no, I do that
it just sometimes like creeps me out when they have it that way. And if you look like, I don't know, I'm a very that moment I was very judgmental.
Sometimes I hold my breath sometimes when I'm in a play. I'm like, hold my breath, don't breathe in a lot. Look, I know the coronavirus is out there, but also I know the flu is out there. I know a lot of things are out there.
Yeah.
And we don't shame that either. We don't shame people who smoke cigarettes. You know how many people die from cigarettes every year? That's a public health concern. Oh, don't shame them for that. They're breathing in your air. You're breathing in the same chemicals, and people do to a certain extent. But it's not this nationwide shame campaign, which we should be doing. If we're going to normalize shaming things that are a public health risk, let's shame obesity. Let's shame smoking. You are ruining the healthcare system for everybody. You're ruining your health. You're ruining the economy. You're ruining the access to healthcare to everybody who takes care of their health. It's not a your body, your choice situation, even with obesity. It's not. Your obesity is fucking up the entire system and it's raising everybody's costs, and we have to pay for that. So we should shame you when you eat 2 pieces of cake. Fuck you. Don't you care about my body, my choice?
Say more than 2 pieces of cake because that is very few.
Whatever.
What are these slices?
You know my point.
Because I can eat 2 slices of cake.
It's like you get on an airplane and there's some morbidly obese person who sits in the chair next to you and they're rolling over into your lap. You're not allowed to say, this affects me.
That would suck.
This affects me. Hey, bro, buy 2 seats or can you move? No, how dare you? You're shaming him. That's what we're doing now, right? That's what we should be doing. Ooh. So it's the hypocrisy. That's what I'm all about, whatever. But like the coronavirus is not killing it's on par with car wrecks and gun violence, which is one of the lower levels of death causes in America. Cancer, diabetes, obesity, smoking, all of these are higher up. We don't do anything about that. Nobody is talking about making people's health better. No, they're saying, wear a mask. Just put on your mask. Just do it. Okay, now what? How about take care of your health? Make better personal choices? Socially distance? Quarantine if you're worried about getting it? No, you're just going to point the finger at somebody not wearing a mask and blame everything on them. Yeah. That's what they do.
So I remembered what I wanted to kind of talk about before.
Oh, yeah?
I had like a dream about it.
Is this a switch up from our topic?
I had a dream. Not really. It's kind of on par with it. Death.
Okay.
Just in the aspect of like how to deal with death or be with death. And like, so basically when my dad died and we were at like the funeral home, I sat outside of it. I didn't want to go inside, but the lady who owned like the funeral home or whatever, who worked there, like came up to me and she was like, you should go in there, da da da. And I didn't really understand why then? And I was just like, no, like I don't want to go. And she's like, you're really gonna want to later on. Wish if you would have went. Like you should really go in and stuff. And so I was like, not understanding, but I was like, okay, sure. So I like walked in, but I walked in like halfway and kind of saw him all like sewn up and shit. And I was just like, nope. And so I like walked back out and I didn't deal with it. I just like sat there again. But looking back on it,
she was right.
Yes, and watching those things, how we watched something about talking about death and like the death doulas and stuff like that, and how it is kind of best just to kind of sit with the dead, and so it sinks in more and you can process a little more and stuff. And so, what was the other thing? So like, let's say, especially like for my mom and stuff, if she needs to be on hospice and
Sorry,
I like
Mom.
had her at the house, yeah, and like she died, it's like you shouldn't immediately call 911 to have them being taken away. You should sit with them for a while and stuff so you could process it.
Do a little science experiment.
Yeah.
See what's going on. I mean, maybe not with your mom, but you know, I would imagine if Erin died, I'd be like, I'm going to need a couple hours alone.
So
I'm just kidding.
I don't know why I know this, but you can spend 8 hours, the body is still warm. And so,
okay, Erin's doing the research. Hey, and if I die, I hear rigor mortis sets in, so everything gets stiff. So you can have your way with me.
For 8 hours.
This is great. This is great. We went from coronavirus denial, which will get me canceled. Not really, but to what's the word? Necrophilia.
Yeah.
Cool. This is great. This is great for our first YouTube live stream. Hey everybody, thank you for listening to the very first and probably last YouTube live stream.
I mean, I'll record the. Just kidding.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, we do very much create death as like this factory system of like keep everything medical and sterile and keep everybody away and just
and where
put
you
them.
Can't, be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's like have someone else deal with it. They do it all up for you, and then you just come and you see the prettiness, you know, and then you bury them or whatever. And,
which I think is very weird too.
Yeah. I think we should just be buried in the dirt and like go back and to be absorbed into the ground.
Exactly.
And build the next trees and life and mushrooms or
Instead,
whatever.
they embalm us
I know.
in this toxic chemical that keeps us from decomposing and probably hurts the earth.
Yeah.
So then they have to entomb it. Then they put it in a box that makes it decorative. Why is the box there? You don't need it.
Yeah.
And then they put that in a cement tomb so the chemicals don't get out.
I didn't know they put it in cement.
Yeah, the casket goes in a cement casket.
Whoa.
Exactly. It's so stupid.
But I just spent thousands of dollars on that wooden casket.
It's so you can see the pretty box that then just goes in a little cement tomb and goes in the ground.
Yeah. My dad was cremated, so I think that's why too they were like, have your last look because you'll never really be able to go back to something.
Yeah, right. I got a shovel. No, I'm just kidding. When they're cremated, I guess not.
Yeah, no. I can look at a pretty urn or some ashes.
I agree. I don't love the idea of cremation out of all the possible choices, but
what are all the possible choices?
We only have two in America
of
be buried in a embalmed casket that gets put in cement so you can't decompose.
That's weird.
Exactly. That's so weird.
That's weird.
Or be cremated. So guess what? I'm saying it here now. I want to be cremated.
Wait, what are the other options though in other countries? Do you know?
Yeah, dude. They do like the Tibetan sky burial is what always made
where
me.
the birds come and like eat you and stuff.
They take your body out. They fillet it up so it kind of opens up. I know it's gruesome, but this is life, guys. Life is gruesome.
I'm already dead,
The vultures are swimming around, and they come down and they pick those bones clean in a few minutes.
That's dope.
And you're good. You're in nature.
Yeah.
You are fueling the future generations of this earth, of all living creatures.
Yeah.
That's the circle of life.
And then I'm being pooped down, and I am being nutrients for the.
Or you could say a water burial. That's great. Where they put you out to sea and they kind of just light you. They would let you see in like Game of Thrones. They'll light you on fire.
Yeah.
But you literally could just sink yourself in the ocean and you're going to become bird or fish food.
Yeah.
Or you're going to decompose and turn into oil eventually.
Yeah.
You know, over long
So I like
periods of
that.
time.
When I die, strap me to some cement blocks and just throw me over the boat and I'll just sink down.
If you die, I'm just going to have to hide you so nobody can find you because we know who did it. JK, I would never.
The sun. starlight.
I know. Shoot me into the sun. That's where I want to go. Yeah, shoot me into space. That'd be cool. I bet that's what we're going to do in the future. Just put people in space.
No, because then they could possibly come back and hit the earth and like fucking like.
How did the human race go extinct? Fucking Fred got out of his orbit. That fat ass he's been eating cheesecake his whole life. He's 3 times the size we thought he was.
He blew up out there, but stayed.
His orbit was miscalculated. Jupiter threw him in a trajectory back to Earth. Full impact.
That's great.
Boom. That's what happens when you guys are obese, guys. You're gonna it isn't my body, my choice. You could literally blow up the entire Earth on re-entry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It is weird. Death is weird, and we're so sheltered
if we have
from
kids
it.
and stuff, like when we have kids, meaning like if more in the fact of like if we die really early and so they're young, it's like, would you have them look at the body? Would you give them a choice to look at the body? Would you have, it's like, or if they're like, I don't want to do it, would you make them do it? Like, I'm very on the fence about that because coming from my experience, I think that, I regret not have seeing, though then again too, when I was younger and I saw him very sewed up, I used to kind of have flashes of him like that. But I never said goodbye. I saw him the night before and I was quickly leaving to go babysit. And I was just like, bye,
Okay, like, bye. Just forget about my dad's sewed up eyes. Bye. See ya.
Well, no. It was the night before that he died.
Oh, I gotcha.
I was going to babysit. And I was just like, we were at dinner and like my mom's like really good family friends were over and stuff. And like they rang the doorbell. I was like, oh, I got to go. Bye. And they're like, no, come back and say bye to your dad. So I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
and
well, that's
like a little
normal.
Teenager. I'm like,
dude,
bye.
Everybody does that. My whole family did that all the time.
But that was like the last time I ever, of course. And that was the last time I ever saw him. So then it's like, I wish I don't know.
I know.
I wish I kind of would have been forced to sit there for a fucking hour and then deal with it because I never actually
I get what you're saying, and I know there is truth to
later.
that. There's all kinds of regrets, and there's all kinds of I wish. But even when you
you don't really know.
You don't know.
Yeah,
you have nothing to compare to.
I know.
And even if you do everything right, you could just be like, oh, I wish I did it a little bit longer, or I wish I had done it the next time. Like he didn't die that time. He died another time.
But it's what would you do then for your kids? What would you make your kids do or not do? Or do they have the choice?
I would make my kid wear a I Heart Hate Speech, I'm a Gay Baby t-shirt. That's first of all. We're going to the funeral in I'm a Gay Baby, first off. Get lots of pictures for the album.
Hopefully they're not a baby, but yeah. Hopefully this is never happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It all depends on it. Like, here's the thing. If they're super young, I think it's probably good to just make them do it because it'll get them, they don't have an awareness of what it all is that I don't think it's going to be. I think it's like when you're super young, it's fine. When you're older, it's fine. It's like in those middle ages, when you're like in the teenage years, that's where it really depends on them and where they are mentally, and they have enough awareness to decide for themselves, but maybe not enough wisdom to know that they're going to regret later in life.
And I guess then my mom never dealt with this, so it's like I can come with the experience and to say just the other half of it of like,
I think you just
you will
give them
want this, and just like kind of have a spiel.
Give a perspective.
Yeah. And then let them choose. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, I'm going to force them because I know they'll want it later. But it's like, they may not be like me.
I could see it both ways because I did when my sister died, we went in and it was like, all right, this is your last chance to see her. Yeah. And I was like terrified to go in the room, and I was old enough, I was an adult. Yeah. So it's like, I knew what I was going to see in there. And I was like, do I want this in my brain? Do I want it? I don't know. I kind of want to not see this, but I did see it. And it's like, it was finalized, but I don't think I don't know what I would have felt if I didn't see it now. Yeah. Maybe I would be better off, because I can still see that. Yeah. And that at least is like, oh, this is real. It's not coming back. Yeah. But also, I don't know. Is it better? Is it worse? I don't. I think both ways. You're still asking. Like, maybe it would have been better if I did it. Yeah. I wish I did.
I wish I did. Type thing. Yeah.
And even that, and this isn't like it's one thing to go see them when they are in a casket. You know, your dad was cremated, so it's slightly different.
Yeah, I had to see him.
Yeah.
They put him in a casket.
I get it, but that was the time to see.
Yeah.
It's like usually if somebody has a casket burial, it's like you have a few days before that happens, and then you have time to kind of process that they're gone, and then you can go and see them. And I think it's kind of good to see them in a casket.
Question. So you saw her before?
I saw her that like an hour after she died on the hospital table.
Okay, that's right.
And it's like, she's not done up at all. She looks miserable. She looks terrible. It's not good. It doesn't look like, oh, you're beautiful. It's like, wow, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
You're gone, you know? Yeah. It is what it is. So there's the only benefit is to get over that denial phase of like, you know, this is like she was alive just a few hours ago and now she's gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Yeah. And then you see her and you're like, oh yeah, this is real.
Yeah.
But it depends on the situation. She was messed up, but she wasn't horribly messed up the way some people, like imagine I'm making you cry now.
No, I know. It's like, it's fine.
I know.
It's just.
These are tough. We just went from coronavirus. Fuck it. Everybody's loved ones are dying. Who cares? And now we're like, but our loved ones, just imagine if you couldn't see them. Meanwhile, people are like, coronavirus means you don't get to see your loved ones die, which is true. I get it. There's points everywhere.
Yes.
It's crazy. Yes, it's very crazy. But imagine a very gruesome, like, okay, so when she did die and we got the phone call, like she was in an accident, because she didn't die of cancer. I will tell you these stories. Her dad died. My sister died. We both have some death stories. And this was very unexpected. Her dad was suicide, long story short. Yeah. My sister was in an accident, a four-wheeling accident. Very sudden, very no clue that it was coming.
It was everything,
And, you know, stuff like that, it's like, when we got the phone call and everybody was like, we think it's serious, and we were close by, so we wanted to go see, or we had to go help her. Like, we're responding to the active scene. There's not even ambulances there yet, and it's just
down the way.
I didn't want to see. I was like, I don't want to see her dying.
Yeah.
You know, I was terrified to see that, and we couldn't all go anyway, so it wasn't like. I was
gonna say, you thought they said it was like a really serious accident.
And people were really, I was old enough to like put, you know, I'm an adult. It's like, I see what's going on. I hear the phone calls. I'm like, oh, this is serious. Yeah. This is probably more, it sounded more serious than like she bumped her knee, you know? And it was just, we couldn't all go anyway. So, you know, my parents and my older brother went because that's pretty much all that could go. Yeah. But I also was like, you know, I don't know. In that situation, I could see maybe I should have gone, maybe I shouldn't have gone. But imagine when I'm thinking about like your dad or some more gruesome type of death, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. And you don't know what you're going to go see. Are you going to go see their guts hanging out? Are you going to go see they're completely mangled? Or are you going to see them just kind of sleeping? What are you going to see? You don't know. It's quite the wild card. But on a casket, you know, they're done up, they look peaceful. Yeah. You get that's slightly better. But then, you know, I don't know. So it all depends on the situation.
For sure.
Depends on their age.
So my thing is too, like, with your sister, was she an organ donor? Was she sewn up at all? I mean, she was sewn up.
No, not when I saw her in the hospital.
No, okay.
But this was like
an hour or two later. No, yeah, but she wasn't sewn up at the casket.
Well, they do. Even if they do, they would put makeup and everything.
That's my question too, because like when I saw him in there, he was sewn up. But if we had a casket one, would they have? They
would have done makeup.
They would have cut out though the sewing, because there was literally stitches and like eyes closed. But they would have taken those out.
They put foundation. You don't look the same. You look very puffy, and like you can tell it's like.
Yeah, because I was like, did they just leave it on because they're just burning him afterwards, and so it's
they
like
sculpt it. I don't even know. It's all clay at that point.
Yeah.
This got very dark and gruesome, but at least I'm not making all the jokes. I am kind of still, but I don't know. I'll have to ask my mom on the organ donor thing. I'm not totally sure. I would imagine she would be. She seemed like the type of girl that would, but I don't know.
Like, because my dad's eyes were taken, like his eyes were sewn shut, and I think like his mouth. I feel like every hole was like sewn shut, and it was just really fucking weird and too much. And so I left.
I'm like, that does not seem like something you need to see.
No,
I don't think you're gonna get any peace of mind.
Bye, yes. If I could have seen him and said bye and cried, but I didn't. I see both sides. And I never was able to cry. It was like my mom came in and like her friend was like patting, after she told me, my friend was like patting my back and saying like, it's okay, let it out. And I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here, because it was just complete
well, you were 16, right?
Yeah.
So you're
15,
in that very rebellious fuck life, fuck my parents stage already.
And two, it's just like, this isn't real. Yeah, my dad is not that type of person. Yeah. He was always see the positive side, positive. Like, yes, he may have been a little sad like a week or two before, and he may have like said some shit, but he would never be the type of person to actually like do that. And so
I got news for you. Got news for you.
Hearing him do that, I was just
Aaron,
like, y'all are
I wouldn't
wrong.
make that bet because
he's on vacation still, Nick.
He's going to get the milk.
He will be back
any day now.
Nope.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah, death is crazy. And guys, if you're listening, who knows? I haven't really been watching the numbers or who's listening. I'm sure we don't have tons of people. We're going to get into these conversations one day. The podcast is wrapping up on this, so we're not going to go so deep on exactly what happened. That's kind of the long story short on us. And we both have very sudden death experiences of very close family members, and we talk about it openly and we process it. And I think we got a good perspective on these things. And obviously, if you know from my dead baby jokes and dead baby episode, I'm not shying away from making jokes or being very blunt about death. And one day, if you guys are interested, we will do an episode dedicated to talking about death. Maybe it's good for some people who everybody has to deal with this.
Yeah, especially during this time too.
Yeah. Here's the thing, guys. You're not alone. If you've lost somebody close to you, if you're worried about losing somebody close to you, everybody in the world is going to watch everybody they love die. Either you die first or everybody you love is going to die first, and you're going to have to deal with it. Yeah. And so that's why I think it's good that we talk openly about death. Yeah. We don't shy away from it. We don't sugarcoat it. It's okay to make jokes about it if that's the way I do. That's
how you deal with it. Yeah, for sure.
It's okay. It's okay to die. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel.
Like, suicide isn't the answer.
Well, I have perspectives on that too. It's very nuanced conversation, but I've talked to you.
No, I know.
And I said some things on my stream the other day where I kind of hinted at some of my.
Like, kids, if you're getting bullied right now,
okay, yes,
please, it'll grow out of.
We'll do a whole episode dedicated to that because I know how tough middle school
shove
is.
This in like my mouth.
Yeah, well, then maybe that will help them out of depression, Erin. I know how tough middle school and high school can be when you're young. Trust me. We both, you might think of me as this like, oh, Nick's got everything, he's just confident, no problem. Dude, I was bullied.
Such an awkward
I hated
kid.
Life in middle school. I remember just hating everything.
I was very pimply.
Yeah, she was ugly. And look, she's hot now. My point is, trust, I know it's such a cliche when you hear from your parents and people like, your life is good. You're not going to care about high school. Don't worry about high school. When you get out of high school, life's going to be better. None of this stuff's going to matter. It's not going to matter.
Yeah,
okay.
It's very true.
You know who it matters to? The alt girls who never got over it. And they just think
the ones who peak in high school.
A boy didn't like me in high school. And now I hate men for the rest of my life. It's like, why don't you just go meet somebody who loves you right now? Plenty of people love you. Like, a life is awesome.
Find your tribe.
When you get out of high school. You can meet anybody you want. You find your friends. Yeah. Don't give up on life when you're young.
I know.
But I do have very nuanced and unique views on suicide later in life.
Yes.
Where I'm like, you should be allowed to if you
I do believe
want to.
Too.
But later, for reasons. Not because you're young.
You have cancer, terminal cancer, and all of this. I think they should be able to give you that medicine that you... where you can kill yourself. They give you that euphoric thing, and you just like.
But this is a way later in life, based on circumstance. I'm not one of these. You have to stay alive at all costs. It's like I'm 87 years old and I can't even get out of bed. It's like you don't need to stay alive for 3 more years.
I agree.
I would say give me some morphine and let me just tap out. Like Jesus, what are we holding on for? We're all gonna die.
I 100% agree with that.
But when you're in middle school or high school, I promise life is awesome outside of it. Yeah. Okay? Don't give up.
Yes.
Shout out to Bar None. Isn't that one of his things? You're not allowed to give up. That's one of his merch things. He's got good positive merch.
Awesome,
but also it's like, fuck you, cunt, is one of his merch.
See if you can also just like go to a different school.
Yeah, that's what I always think. If we have kids, I'm thinking the number one thing that I would do if my kids had a hard time is I would just put them in a different school.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach them the skills.
It's like, I know here it's easier to transfer schools. I don't know how easy it is in other states, but it's like your parents could
Sometimes
figure
that's
it
all you
out.
need. Sometimes you just
Yeah.
get in a pecking order in your school, and then it's like, this is what something happens in
Because you're
freshman
with
year.
them forever.
And you're
It's like
stuck.
you're with,
They'll bring
or when
up
you're in
what
middle school.
Dude, I
you're
moved to Atlanta after I went to kindergarten in Ohio.
Yeah.
I moved to Atlanta for first grade through 12th grade and pretty much through college.
Yeah.
Literally first grade through senior year, all the same kids.
Yeah.
You make one mistake in third grade, they remember
you're
that
fucked.
forever.
Yeah.
I went to middle school. Get it. We can't get into all these stories, but when I went to
Do
middle
it.
school, I was like a few weeks into middle school, and one of the big bullies, I always remember his name. I'm not even going to say his fucking name on here because
first grade?
In 7th grade, even worse. First grade, you can
Wait,
get
what'd you
over.
say?
7th grade, first week of middle school.
Okay, yeah.
The most awkward, traumatic, transitional time
for
of your
sure.
life.
Yeah.
Puberty, growing up.
Oh, yeah.
New
New school, new people.
big kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Knocks me out in front of the entire school.
Oh my
Bullies me
God.
all the way out of the class, follows me. I finally like push back a little bit, and he straight up knocks me out unconscious. Everybody is staring at
Holy
me.
shit.
Everybody's looking at me. For the rest of my middle school, it was like I was that kid that got beat the fuck up. And like, this guy was a giant fat. What am I supposed to do? And I was a little pussy anyways. Yeah, pretty much. Dude, and that's how it is. It's like something happens and you're stuck for the rest of your life. That's what you are.
Oh, God, that fucking blows.
But you're not, because literally,
would've liked you.
Literally, no, you wouldn't. Literally, I am not that person anymore. I'm the fucking cool dude now, and that guy is probably some fucking piece of shit. I don't know.
5'8".
The thing is, everybody likes to do that too. They like to be like, oh, the bullies are the ones who turn out fat and unhappy and all this. It's like, no, they actually just turn out to be mature people too.
They're
a
the
lot
bosses.
of times. There is a lot of that.
Sometimes.
But a lot of times, it's just
They're
kids.
the police officers.
Kids suck, man. Kids are immature. Kids do dumb shit. And even the worst kid you went to middle school with, when you run into him and he's like 30, he's like, hey, man, yeah, so life's going good. Yeah, sorry about all that shit I did. I don't know. What, people mature and grow up. And that's how it is. But
Yeah.
who knows? I guarantee he ain't having the fun, awesome life I am. I guarantee that. So you're not who you are in middle school, but you are through middle school. They kind of they put you in a role, and that's what you are.
That's a fucking year.
It's several years.
No, I know, but
for
like
me,
the years are long,
Yeah.
so it's like it's every year after that is
they
like
seem so long, but now I'm like, years go by so
Oh, I
fast
know.
that I'm
It's
like,
so
what's a
crazy.
year? Like, and it's not even a year. It's like 9 months.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a blink of an eye now. It's like, what happened this 9 months? I don't know.
I know.
We did a bunch of shit, but it's the same as the last 5 years before
Bunch
it.
of quarantine.
Yeah, we will get into all these conversations for sure. On another episode, we'll get into death, we'll get into bullying, we'll get into how to deal with some of these issues, and give you some wisdom and some
want it
perspective.
meow.
Well, we're gonna end the podcast, and we can
Okay.
still live stream if
Okay.
people want to, and I'm sure we
Maybe.
have a lot of questions and comments.
Yeah, we'll see.
What was I saying? We'll give you some wisdom that your parents. You never want to hear it from your parents.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tell you the truth.
So you were like at my house and you were talking to my mom. You're like, yeah, our parents never taught us anything else. I'm like, oh my God.
I could tell she
no.
was kind of rolling her eyes.
Oh,
she was
yes.
like,
and
she
it
got a
wasn't
little
even that. It was
awkward.
just, yeah, it was, she was
knew.
just like, how dare you kind of like,
But it's true.
Say, yes.
Sorry,
it's like a
Mom.
different time for parents.
I agree,
and, like,
but I say it to my parents too. And it's
yeah.
like, look,
I would never
you
disrespect
guys,
my mother that
you
way.
guys, it's not disrespecting.
I think anything
It's telling
of like
the truth.
I know. I think telling the truth to them, they cannot handle the truth.
You see how it came full circle. I'm honest. I'm brutally honest. That's not an opinion.
It's like a
It's
respect
true.
Thing. She's my parent. She's my elder.
Okay. Well,
I
she's my
can't-
peer.
Yeah, that's true.
How about that?
That's why I'm just like, after I was like, yikes,
Sorry, Mary. I do love you. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but it was.
yeah.
I'm mostly talking about my parents.
And two, it's more. She was great for what she
They're
had
great
and what they could
parents.
do.
It's just
and,
it was a different time, and
Yeah.
they make judgments based on their generation
And
about
how they
this
were
and it's like
raised.
these are different times
they
with
were
different
raised,
social
yes.
expectations. Things are different
My
now.
mother grew up on a dairy farm.
And the truth is, we will be the
So-
same way. We're going to be out of touch for our kids.
yes, but
But
also
we're going to have,
I think
every generation gets a little more
perspective.
wisdom because now we're
Yes.
aware of
Yes.
these things more.
I agree.
And the internet is such an equalizer that my mom knows things that are going on in pop culture that she never would be in tune with 20 years ago, just because you see it on the internet. You see YouTube, you see blog posts, you see Facebook posts.
Yeah.
It's like everybody can now like research things and get a perspective or listen to podcasts and be like, oh, I never thought about life that way.
Yeah.
When my parents grew up in the 50s, the only way you could learn about anything is go to the library and rent a book.
Yeah.
That's it. And who's doing that? One nerd. That's who.
Yeah.
And even still, it's a book that was printed 40 years ago. And has it's, now.
Most books that they get are like the fiction books.
Yeah.
So
and it's literally written by some other idiot who didn't know anything about the world. And then he's like, this is.
Fiction is the.
It's the fake one.
Yeah.
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 Versus nonfiction.
Yeah. They're just reading stories about Harry Potter.
All right, guys, we had quite a strange combination of rants from coronavirus, fuck the masks and you're hypocrites to
death. It all correlates.
To you parents are terrible to dead babies to gay babies. We had all of the above on this podcast. But thank you for hanging out. I think what we're going to do is end the podcast and maybe we'll still go live and answer some of your guys' questions. Huh?
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm for that.
Okay.
If there's some questions.
Well, I haven't really even checked. But either way, we're going to wrap this up and then we'll check. All right, guys.
Okay, see you.
Ba-da-ba. Bye. What's up, everybody? If you want some questions, come over to the YouTube. I'm wondering if how
many were on YouTube?
We'll see. We still got some viewers. We got a bunch of questions. Oh, we got a lot of comments.
That's cool.
But it's mostly probably people, just talking shit to each other.
Probably.
Let's see if there's anything good. Guys, I'm on the YouTube now, so if you want to put your questions or whatever in here, we'll do a little bit.
Did you already hit stop?
No, I'll still keep it recording, and then when I edit, I'll have to. As far as
write it down.
No.
Or no, you'll just you got this.
I got this. Yeah, I'm a professional, but I am thinking like, how do I want to do this? How do I want to manage this?
Yeah.
Because it is all streaming, so it's still going to be up on YouTube, the whole after show. So I guess this is the after show, but when I actually cut the podcast for the audio version, I'll cut it at the beginning and the end. True. And that's the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what do you guys got? Yo, what up, Nick? Hey, Nick, is Erin racist?
No.
How many black people have you dated?
I mean, I've slept with a few.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. What's a few? Is that the Horton Hears a Horror Story?
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess only one black guy, but I mean, I think plenty are sexy.
One. No, I know. I know you're not racist. You got no problem with it.
And then I've other races and stuff.
Me too. I'm so for it. I
got
no problem.
Equal opportunist, as long as we vibe good, and
it's all about the vibe.
And I like how you look.
I'm gonna definitely get into my explanation about the vibe and how almost everything is just about whether we vibe with somebody. It's not about rules. It's not about labels. It's not about anything. I'm open-minded to anything. Just depends on the vibe. Wait, where was that question? I wonder what they think about those people singing around the person getting euthanized. Sitting or singing? I'm like, dude, if I'm about to get euthanized, do not start singing around me.
Well, if it's my favorite song and it's my family and I love them and they have good pitches, then sure, sing to me.
I'd be like, why are you ruining my last moments on earth with your shitty rendition? Can you play the Spotify, please?
You don't want me singing Rihanna.
Yeah. You're so good at that.
Love on the Brain.
The Upside of the Mask. Kayla Kramer, that's your friend, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Kayla.
Hi.
The upside of the masks in the schools is less other sickness. Usually have to stop strep or stomach flu.
Oh, and kids for sure.
Yeah, no,
that's great.
That's where I'm this is highlighting that it is slowing down the spread of certain yearly
And
viruses.
especially if you can keep it on kids.
That's why I'm like, I think it might become like a new mainstream thing, just to wear masks even after the pandemic.
It is really crazy though, kids wearing masks in school. Yes, I get it during this time, but it is implemented afterwards, though it would help a lot because kids are kind of icky sometimes and it can spread.
What?
It can spread sickness.
I never heard of this.
So I don't know. But it's just the whole breathing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like hard on your breathing and stuff.
Well, one of the other points about the corona, why my argument is, and this is nuanced because everybody just puts you into a camp of, if you say you're saying coronavirus is a hoax, or you just think coronavirus is the worst thing. Like everybody is so extreme about it. Coronavirus is real. People are dying.
Yes.
It's not as big of a problem as they're making it out to be, but it is a problem and it's something we got to deal with. Yes, people are getting it. Not a lot of people are dying from it, but enough people that like we should try to curb this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
However, when we talk about 200,000 deaths, and it's more than that now, it's not 300,000, but it'll probably get there. These people who are dying are people who likely were going to die from the flu or likely are going to die in the next couple of years from something else health related. These are not the strongest people, and that's not saying that they deserve to die. That's not my point. My point is that what you're going to see is this big spike in deaths this year, and then next year flu related deaths are going to be lower, not only because everybody's wearing the masks, but because those people who likely would have died every year, there's a certain number of people who die from the flu, they all got wiped out in 1 year from coronavirus. And the next year, it's like we don't have those people dying from flu. So even though we have a higher death rate this year, the next couple years from cancer, from diabetes, from health related.
I feel like we're like little mosquitoes.
We are. Like everybody thinks we're so sacred. Oh my God. Life is, it's like, dude, we are just a little bug on this planet.
Yeah,
It's not. Yes, you matter to
bunch
you.
Of spray was in the world now. And
it's true. My point is like, okay, so we have on average, a couple 500,000 people die from certain diseases every year. I'll have to look at the numbers, but just take 500,000 that's what you expect to die from flu or diabetes and cancer and smoking related and obesity and all these things, let alone accidents like car wrecks and things. Just take the diseases, the things that their immune system is likely damaged enough that they're going to die from coronavirus this year. So we have 200,000 deaths this year. We would have had 500,000 deaths every year from different diseases. This year we have 200,000 from coronavirus, and next year all those diseases that would have killed 500,000, it kills 100,000 because 300,000 of those people who would have died next year died this year because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
So if you average it out over 10 years, you're not going to see this huge epidemic spike of like, oh, so many more people died in this decade. It's just this year from coronavirus because we put everything on that. And it's hitting the people that are most likely going to die from other health-related issues. And we're going to die anyways. It's just going to be a different thing.
But it kind of does suck because people who have some health-related issues, they could go out and live their life, live their best life during this time.
Somebody who has like terrible asthma, they can't just go out and breathe everybody's air. They have to take precautions for themselves.
Yes, but they can still go out and travel and have fun or
based
this or that.
on their own decision.
They could not.
Based on their own decision. They could. They just have to decide, is it worth the risk?
Yes, because then they could just die quicker. And so like that kind of
okay. But that's, unfortunately, that's their cross to bear. Yeah. Everybody can take precautions.
I'm glad.
What? That you don't?
I don't have an issue.
Okay. I'm just saying it's more nuanced and more complex than just, all these people are dying. It's like, yes, I get it. But also, there's a lot of other people who are dying from things that are coronavirus related that has nothing to do with the mask or health. Suicides are on the rise. Oh, yeah. People's livelihoods are being destroyed. Sure, people's futures are being destroyed. And for what? So somebody can not die from coronavirus this year, but die from the flu next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Or obesity or whatever.
Some lady came up to me as I was leaving Publix today, and she was like walking up, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." And then she like put on her mask as she like got a little closer and stuff, and she was just like, "I'm not homeless. I'm just like, I'm really hungry and I need some money. Like, do you have anything for like food and stuff like that?" And I was just like, "I'm sorry, I don't." But it was just crazy how like, I don't know. It's like the whole putting on the mask thing now, and like coming closer and like not trying to be alarming. And it's not like you're just like a homeless person like coming up and stuff. It was just like, I don't have the virus, I promise. Like, I'm sorry to scare you. Like, I don't know. And so
it's weird. Like, if you're
that's how I took it. At least.
If you are so concerned about getting the virus from somebody else, whether they're wearing a mask or not, don't get in my face. You're gonna breathe on me. Like, your mask is not a medical mask. We're fucking playing games. Like, oh, this little piece of fabric is stopping, so I can just get like this and be like, oh, don't worry, I got my mask on. Hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, where do you think those air particles are going? They're spraying every which way. They're spraying through the fabric. You're not like, stop pretending. This is such brainwashing. Wear it, but also don't get in people's faces.
Well, she wasn't in my face.
Whatever. She should. My point is, if you were concerned, if you were like, I don't want to get the virus, you would not let that happen. No, yeah. You would be like, can you just stay over there? Yes. And that's where it is. My body, my choice. It's like, if I go out and I'm like we went to a bar where there's a bunch of people around. If you're super concerned about getting it, you shouldn't go in that bar. You shouldn't do it.
Or just wear your mask. Or
see, you're the person that I'm mocking. It's like, no. You are putting yourself in a closed ventilation room with hundreds of people.
No, we usually go to outside bars.
And you're gonna shame them for not putting on a mask? No. You shouldn't be in the bar.
We go to outside bars, and so then if I want to wear my mask,
that's what I'm saying. Is you are in control.
I don't want to wear my mask.
But if I saw you go in there and then shame other people, like put your mask on, it's like you're in a fucking room with hundreds of people. Yeah. The mask isn't gonna stop anything. Don't go in that room. Now, if you want to make that argument is everything should be shut down, I'll debate that too, but at least that's not a hypocritical argument. This idea like, oh, we're all allowed to protest, we're all allowed to go to restaurants, but just wear the mask when you're walking and take it off when you're seated.
I know.
What are you talking about? Your air is going everywhere. Have you seen how air moves? Just literally smoke a cigarette in a room where nothing's blowing and watch the smoke billow everywhere around. Imagine where that air is going. So you're breathing out infected particles.
Now I want to
and you think it's just sitting here? No, it's going exactly where smoke would go. The smoke is air. It's just billowing throughout the room.
Yeah.
Everybody in the room is getting it. That's how breathing works. The mask isn't stopping that. What stops it is medical grade masks that contain everything. That's not what anybody's wearing. They're wearing a piece of cloth over their freaking nose, barely. And then like, I'm solving the problem. No, you're not. Shut up.
I'm helping.
Now do it. It's slightly inconveniencing the particles, but don't condemn other people for just slightly lessing inconveniencing the particles. All right? Get over yourselves. Thoughts on Ben Shapiro. I want to do a whole breakdown of Ben Shapiro on my stream. I really want to get into these things. I want to talk about Ben Shapiro.
I don't.
Yeah, she doesn't care, so we won't talk about that here.
Unless he's listening, kind of, sort of.
She just knows. She knows when he hears him because she hears.
I know the voice.
She knows. Hey guys, so I'm Ben Shapiro, and here we're going to talk about why Caitlyn Jenner is not actually a real woman. Yeah, that's something I would say, by the way.
I definitely know when he's on.
I could do a better Ben Shapiro, I'm sure. Are you going to keep streaming on Twitch? Yes, we are. This is just the quality time. We wanted to try out the YouTube. We were definitely going to stream on Twitch. In fact, maybe we'll move over to Twitch. What do you guys think? Should we move over to Twitch and the stream? Do you read the chat? Yes, we're reading the chat now.
My video of me, or my picture of me as a man, all of my girlfriends that are saying like, oh my God, yes. I'm like, send nudes.
Wait, who?
Me. Because I'm a man.
Oh, your girl said that?
Yeah. Because I'm a dude. And so they're like, oh my God, you're so handsome. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm like, send nudes.
Okay, guys, we're going to end the stream, and then maybe we'll move over to Twitch. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. This was a good first trial run of the Quality Time Live. So thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll do this again. But we might move over to Twitch. So if you guys are still wanting to talk and hang out, I will put out a notification very shortly. All right, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.